Hey guys! In this video, I will share with you some beginner tips and tricks for Pokemon Go. Sure, it had a lot of advanced hype, but nobody expected it to be this big. Pokemon Go was released a few weeks ago by Niantic and has since become a huge sensation all over the world. The game makes use of your phone's GPS as you hunt for Pokemon. Not in the in-game world like a normal mobile game, but in the real world as you walk around and try to catch them all. It's a very innovative augmented reality concept, and given the unusual mechanics I just explained, this is going to be something new for us as far as mobile game tips and tricks go. If this game happens to be new to you, I'm here to help. Before heading out of the house with your phone and chasing down those Pokemon, I suggest you go to check out our list of tips and tricks. I'm going to cover several advanced tips and tricks for the game in the near future, but for now, I will be focusing on first-time gamers who have yet to give the game a spin. How do you catch Pokemon? The very first thing you'll need to learn about this game is how to catch Pokemon. For starters, they'll randomly show up on your in-game map, and if you want more of them to arrive, you'll have to use incense. In any case, once you see a Pokemon, tap on it and throw Pokéballs in its direction. Keep on doing this until you catch a Pokemon. Once you've caught one, you will accumulate Stardust, which you can use to power up a Pokemon and give it more combat points. Catching a Pokemon will also reward you with candy, a Pokemon-specific reward which can be used to evolve your Pokemon. How to use the radar. When using your Pokemon radar, you'll notice footprints below each of the Pokemon in the list. You may see 1, 2, or maybe 3 footprints, and while this doesn't always apply, more footprints usually means you're farther off from where the Pokemon are located. Always be in motion if you're hunting for Pokemon, and always be looking at your map. You want to pay attention when the grass is rustling. If you see the footprint count decreasing, that means you're getting closer to your goal, and closer to catching the Pokemon in question. Visit your local hotspots for Pokéballs and more. If you want to gather more items, including incense and Pokéballs, the first thing you'll have to do is head to a Pokéstop. These are areas that are usually located at a park, a monument or statue, or near other landmarks in your area. You'll see these spots on your phone as a blue cube. Tap on the blue cube on your map to check out info on the Pokéstop once you're within range of it. Doing that will give you Pokéballs and other items as a reward. What if you live in an area that doesn't have a well-known park or landmark to speak of? You might want to head off to a mall instead, where doing so might even allow you to check out some new Pokemon you've yet to collect. When can you start doing battle in a gym? The option to start battling it out in a gym will become available once you reach level 5. But once you're ready to do battle, just remember the elements that correspond to your Pokemon. These elements are just as they were in the original titles, which should make everything familiar to you if you've been playing these games in the past. The elemental hierarchy also remains the same, as fire types beat grass types beat water types, and water types beat fire type. Launching your attacks and defending yourself, in addition, is quite simple. Just tap to attack, and swipe to the side so you can dodge opposing Pokemon attacks. What can you use your Pokécoins for? Normally, you can get more Pokécoins by buying them in the in-app store with real-life money, but you can also get them for free, which is something I'll talk about in a completely different strategy guide. These coins can be used to buy Pokéballs, incense, lure modules, eggs, upgrades to both your Pokemon storage and item bag, and more. These items, however, can mostly be found at Pokestops, save for the bag and storage upgrades, which means you can still get them for free and not have to pay any in-game money for them. There are day and night Pokemon and those that favor specific locations. In the end, you'll want to play this game at multiple times during the day, as there are Pokemon that favor certain times of the day, just like there are those which prefer specific locations. You've got your nocturnal Pokemon, which are, of course, active in the evening and unavailable by daytime. And when talking about water-type Pokemon, they're likely to be spotted near the water. Oftentimes, it's very obvious, but there are other times when you have to hunt for Pokemon at specific spots, or during certain time frames within the day. Collect your freebies. Each time you open the shop, you'll see a blue button at the top right corner. Tap on that button so you can redeem free Pokeballs and incense. Though keep in mind that this option will only be available once a day. That should be incentive enough for you to play at least once a day. And check out the store while you're active so you can collect your free items. Time your throws properly. Although timing is not much of an issue when trying to catch weaker Pokemon, you'll have to put more of a premium on timing when it comes to catching the tougher ones. Look at the ring that appears on your screen when you're preparing to throw a Pokeball. Tapping and holding would make the ring grow smaller, and once the ring is almost gone, let go of your finger to throw the Pokeball. This could take some practice, but in due time, you should have little problem catching a Pokemon once your timing is down pat. Also remember that perfect throws do not guarantee catching the Pokemon. A few more good to perfect throws may be necessary, so just be patient. As a bonus tip, be careful if you see the ring turn orange or red. That's a sign that the Pokemon won't go quietly and will fight back once you try to catch it. In that case, you'll need to feed that unruly Pokemon with berries and then try to capture it once the berries calm it down. It's okay to catch duplicate Pokemon. The slogan may go "gotta catch 'em all," but that doesn't mean you shouldn't go for duplicates of the same Pokemon. Certain Pokemon types can evolve into new ones if they become powerful enough, and in order to perform the evolution, you'll need duplicates. So if you were able to catch a duplicate Charmander, you can give the dupe to Professor Willow. That's going to net you a special candy in return, which would be exclusive to the Pokemon in question and a required ingredient in order for them to evolve. Keep the duplicate with more CP. CP stands for combat power, and that's basically how strong a certain Pokemon is. Better CP, of course, means more success and power in battle. So if you're dealing with Professor Willow and transferring some Pokemon, you should take note of the CP of both duplicates, and keep the one that has more CP than the other. Make sure your phone's charged. Don't leave home without a charger. This might be a no-brainer, but you should not be playing Pokémon Go if you don't have a charger handy. You're going to be stepping out of the house after all, and heading to different places in order to catch more Pokémon. That would require you to bring a charger with you to make sure your phone has enough juice for the long haul, or to make sure your phone's fully charged before hunting for Pokémon in the real-life outside world. That's it for now, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Cheers!